Good morning. Frankie just got a brushing. I didn't mean to do it, but he left so much. Poor guy. He's shedding so much. And I have been so busy. I haven't had a chance to brush him once or twice a day. Matter of fact, I skipped a day, and when I was loving up on him a little bit this morning, I was just getting hair everywhere. So I just started brushing him with my hands. And so that's what you see back there. That's how much hair after, I'll confess, 4 days of not brushing him, which is silly of me to do. I'm not going to beat myself up. But I have just been kind of balls to the walls with how much I've been getting done. And I'm kind of proud of myself for that. It's 100 little things that you don't see. Like, for instance, one thing was repairing a lamp, a light pole that's, I don't know how it came up missing. You know how it says fan or light bulb? Okay, it's June 6th. Let's read. It is June 6th, correct? Gosh, I hope so. That's what I'm reading. All we do is try. Can he now take them all, every one? In step 6, it helped me a lot to remember that I am striving for spiritual progress. Some of my character defects may be with me for the rest of my life, but most have been toned down or eliminated. All that step 6 asks of me is to become willing to name my defects, claim them as my own, and be willing to discard the ones I can. Just for today, as I grow in the program, many of my defects become more objectable to me than previously, and therefore I need to repeat step 6 so that I can become happier with myself and my serenity. That's one of my favorite readings. That's called self-discipline right there. All step asks of me is to become willing to name my defects, claim them as my own, and be willing to discard the ones I can. Just for today. Just for today. And what's amazing is because of how the brain works. And what's amazing is I'm not plugging AA for everybody, because it's not for everybody. I'm plugging it. I'm just bragging for them that this program was created in the 30s, 40s. I think AA book started getting written, became a project in 35, if I remember right. Yeah. So, I mean, they were talking to people like Dr. Silkworth, Carl Jung, the first printing of this book was September of 1990. I got sober in February 1992. I've been around a long time. Oh, oopsie. It's very exciting, really. So, progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. Be willing to start the day over. Be willing to face my character defect. Name it. Name it. So, the thing is, we know a lot more now about neural pathways, how they work, how they can be retrained. You know, I talk about that fairly consistently on here. And I think it's amazing that they were learning just enough from the powers that be. Look at that old skin. That is how you retrain your brain, is thinking of something positive every day. And it doesn't have to be yippee positive. So my character defects. Well, I have them. I don't have enough time to go into them right now. Let me give you an idea of what is not a character defect. For example, some people get really tied up in what is a character defect. Not being a very good speaker on YouTube is not a character defect. It's a lack of skill. And if I wanted to, I could get better at that, right? And so the character defect comes in when I complain that I'm not a good speaker, do it anyway, and if I were trying to build a channel, then I'd be reaping the rewards of lack of work. So the character defect would be maybe not being focused on finding a program to help me be a better speaker. Keep getting these messages. So a situation where I might have a struggle might reveal a character defect. Like, why would I sit around and complain about not being a good speaker or being an alcoholic or watching porn or not getting my grass mowed or wow, I've got a lot of messages popping up, sorry. It's summertime, and people that I know that I love photographs. So anytime something happens, I get lots of pictures, which I love. It makes me feel loved. Okay, so anyway, also, anytime something good happens in someone's life or they accomplish something good, you can see character defects pop up then too. Or you can say, I can see where someone's character defects have improved. Sometimes to the point where it's not considered a defect, it's just considered a challenge, right? So, if I continue to complain, then one of my my character defects are being self-centered. I'm taking up all this time on me and my complaints. I'm too lazy to do anything about it. I'm not taking my health seriously. So it's like slow suicide or self-sabotage. Why would I sabotage my build? If I wanted to build a YouTube channel, why would I self-sabotage it by not doing the things that would help me have a successful YouTube channel, right? Oh, this isn't going to work, people. I need a headband. I'm going to put on my old lady headband to see how that works for me today. And I need some eyebrows. So it's very interesting when you think about character defects. So it's not a character defect that I'm lazy and haven't brushed my dog in 4 days, because that's not a habit. That's not a defect where where this is broken and I have to figure out how to glue it back on. That takes work. It's just that I didn't use that part of the pin. I didn't use that clippy. So I didn't brush him for 4 days. But that's not the normal. That's not the status quo. See what I mean? Was I lazy during that time? Yes. But is that a pattern? No. So it's like, pick out the patterns. Shit, I gotta get moving. Excuse me. Is that a character defect? Cussing? I have a pattern of cussing. So if somebody considers it a character defect, then yes, it's a character defect to them. Is it a character defect to me? You know what? I considered a character defect. I did consider my cussing a character defect for a while. And I worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. And I got very much better at it. Matter of fact, I got a little self-righteous about it because I was like, oh, so you can't tap into more intellectual capacity to find a better vocabulary than cussing? That was some of my judgments. What a hag. But then I found out that cussing helps reduce my stress. Yes, I found out that I don't have to take... There's certain things that alcohol I thought helped me with, and it did not. But I did find out that... where is my... I gotta hurry up. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. That, there are some things that might be a character defect to someone else, but you decide if it is for you or not. Matter of fact, I have a little gal right now whose insurance is... I keep a couple slots open for lower paying clients. And on rare occasion, I'll see somebody whose insurance I don't normally take because I just don't have time to squeeze them in, especially at their rate. I know, that's terrible. But I also leave slots open for them. And it's usually because it's like an EAP. They're just going to see somebody for a couple times to get it out of trouble at work. That's the biggest thing. I'm going to be honest with you. They're just trying to get out of trouble at work. So their company sends them to me so they can cross their T's with HR. That's the truth. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with what insurance or how much they pay. I'm sorry. That wasn't the truth. It's just that I used to find that it was all work was worthy work because you never knew how you were helping somebody. But to me now, they only pay for so many sessions, and I have learned the hard way that free therapy hasn't helped. It's not. I rarely do it. I do it once in a while, but it doesn't usually help anybody a whole lot. They don't take it as seriously. It helps a little sometimes. Anyway, she's very short and very round, and her husband is an asshole to her. He finds her... They've been arguing for so long, and she finds her comfort in eating, and that just disgusts him. So even when they're in public, he treats her like she's less than him. It's really sad to see. And I worry about them because I wonder how much worse can it get when you're willing to treat each other like that in public. So anyway, one of his complaints is that she's overeating, and he thinks that's a character defect. Think about this. I don't think it's a character defect. I think it's survival. I think if she didn't have food like me when I was drinking, she might commit suicide. But food is comforting enough to help the incredible loneliness stay at bay. Heartbreaking. Really heartbreaking. I gotta go. But think about your character defects. And are they truly a character defect? Or a coping skill? And maybe it's the thing that you're using that coping skill for that's the character defect, like an attachment to a jerk. I felt so sorry for her. But I'm sure they're both putting up their dukes at home. Poor things. Anyway, all right, y'all. Oops. Okay, have a great day. Bye for now.